Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Corridor YouTube channel. Man, it feels like forever since I've made a video, and it's only been 1 week though. And I know what you're thinking. Why is Billy here? Where's Zach? We were supposed to be unboxing Zach last week. Well, I missed out, got very busy, very tired, triple-digit weather I'm working in my day job. And so next week, we will not only be unboxing Jason as planned, but we will also be unboxing Zach the Black Ranger, of course. So there will be 2 separate videos next week. You'll get a double whammy there, and we'll be unboxing these guys. We're on the road to Power Rangers Day, August 28th, so that's why I'm unboxing these figures every week. We're going to have a lot more content, all centered around Power Rangers. And then on August 28th, Power Rangers Day, I'm going to be unboxing the Omega Rangers. So this will be really fun. Can't wait to do that. But I also have another surprise. We will also be unboxing this little duo. So this is Mighty Morphin Red Ranger Trini and Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger Jason. They did a little switcheroo in the comics, Boom Studios. So I went ahead and picked this up. So we're going to do another double whammy video, or 2 separate videos on Power Rangers Day, August 28th. And the reason I picked this up, guys, a little tip, I'm pretty darn sure this helmet, which is more show accurate, I'm pretty sure this helmet will fit on Jason. All right, so here's Jason. The Red Ranger, his helmet, it's not really show accurate, you know what I mean? It kind of looks like the movie, the 2017 movie. So yeah, I'm hoping this head will fit on this body. But regardless of that, that's not the only reason I got it. I mean, this is just iconic. It's really cool when they got a female repping the red. So that's super cool. So anyway, now let's move on to Billy. Let's unbox this guy. We're going to talk about the details and paint apps, of course, the articulation. We're going to talk about the accessories. And, of course, I'm always very thorough about size comparisons because I feel like people overlook it. I don't really care about the box, but, here's the back of the box for those of you who want to see that. Let's open this up. All right, and here he is. This thing immediately fell out. I had to push it back in. But yeah, we have the lightning effect. Of course, we got 2 sets of hands. We have his weapons, of course, his blade blaster, and an unmasked head. So that's really cool. Let's pop him out. So details and paint apps. The remastered versions, the reason I like these versions, well, for one thing, I'm not a fan of pinless joints, so I don't mind the joints with pins in them because if they ever break, I can fix it. But also the remastered versions, I've seen a lot of other reviews of those. They have a lot of quality control issues and some of the whites don't match and blues and stuff like that. But this is really nicely done. The helmet, it's not 100% like the show. It's not show accurate like the remastered version. Maybe is a little bit closer, but it's still pretty darn good, and I dig it. I like the paint overall. And of course the details, they're pretty much straightforward. I'm pretty sure they use the same buck for all of these guys. So details and paint apps, that gets a point. That is good. All right, so let's move on to articulation. As I was moving his head just now, it doesn't feel like his head can go up and down for some reason. That's really strange. Unless that joint is just really clicky. There it goes. Okay, so now the head can move that much down, which isn't a whole lot, it seems like. And it can move that much up, which it's okay. That's all right. Shoulders can go really high up. You got that bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. You got the hinge and pivot at the wrist. You got the butterfly joints work really nicely. So that's super cool. Ton of action in the torso as always. That's really nice. The legs still don't really kick that high. You know, like I said, it's the same buck as the other ones. So you're not going to get too much kicking action unless you kind of put this leg outward to kind of make him go a little bit higher. But yeah, that leaves a little bit to be desired. You got that mid-thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot swivel. You got the hinge and swivel at the feet. So overall, still nice. I like the articulation, so that's a pass. I mean, Hasbro is always really good with their articulation, so I think, you know, these aren't too different from the remastered versions to begin with. I think the remastered just added something in the neck, like it's a separate piece than the torso or the chest piece. It's not connected like that. That's all they did. That probably would allow for more head movement, but the head movement could be better, but it's fine. I mean, you can move his waist back, his upper torso. That way he can kind of look up a little bit more. And of course, same goes for downwards. So articulation gets a point. Let's take a look at the accessories. Okay, so we have his accessories right off the bat. I will say staff is looking real short. All right. Yeah, the paint is good. You know, it's a little warped as well. Let's take a look at the Legacy collection just so you can kind of see a difference. All right, so here's the Legacy metallic Ranger figure, which I've always mentioned this. I tried to mention this in every review of these Lightning Collection figures. The Morpher on the Bandai ones is way better. Look how tiny that is. What is that? So, yeah, I mean, Bandai had these down to a science, and it kind of shows with the weapons too. Okay, so this got a little bit warped because I had it in a box with some other figures, which I got to organize those better. I bent it back, and look, now it's looking a little bit more straight, whereas this, right out of the box, is warped right here, if you guys can see that. So, but also, yes, you have the silver rivets, but you have silver power coins in there, the little symbol, whereas these ones are gold, so you're getting a little bit more variety. Also, you don't get those little blade etchings that are in the Legacy staff. You don't get that. If you look here in the center of the Legacy staff, there's like a little clasp and two other spherical things that are very reminiscent of the ends of the blade. So I don't know if those should have been painted silver on the Legacy one. But anyway, I'm thinking that's where they connect and everything like that. But just the gold accents, you know, the metallic and everything, I just kind of like the Legacy a little bit more. You know, you get those rivets all throughout this staff. I'm not too sure which one is more show accurate off the top of my head, but I'm liking this one just because of those smaller details, paint accents. But let me know what you guys think. And then again, going back to the figure, the Legacy figure itself, the Morpher on this guy is just so much more better, so much more detailed as well. You can actually see those black accents on the silver, whereas this one you get none of that. But anyway, that's just a little minor nitpick about the accessories. But overall, I mean, you do get way more accessories with this guy. He can hold his blade blaster. Let's see how easy his hands can get changed out. Ooh, that one was sticking a little bit. Is it going in? There it goes. Okay, cool. Let's take off the head. Try out his other head. Ooh, that head is on there. Okay, pop on his demorphed head or unhelmeted head. And there you go. It's a pretty good likeness. You know, when I first saw it in the box, I was like, man, that's a little whack. It actually looks better in person than it does in the box. Like the glasses I thought were crooked, but they're actually really nice and straight and sculpted on there. The face, I guess the teeth could be a little bit better. You know, just that whole mouth area in general, the lips and everything. You could probably fix that with paint, to be honest, if you're capable of doing such. Tiny little details like that I struggle with, but, you know, I've painted stuff in the past. But anyway, pretty good there. The staff, let me take the blaster out. The staff is easy to pop into his hand. Try not to bend it too much, which I am failing at. But yeah, see, the staff just looks tiny. Like let's look at the Legacy one. Like, see, that's a staff. This is the Legacy one. That's a staff. And I feel like what's crazy is this staff probably isn't proportional with this figure. Well, maybe. I don't know. He's kind of hunched. It's probably not that proportional. Like, yeah, with this figure, I would want the staff to be even longer than this. But with the Lightning Collection figure, I feel like this works perfectly, a lot better than this. This is like somewhere between a dagger or something. And I know these turn into daggers, but, you know, I think this just works a lot better. But I'm not going to knock anything for the accessories, because overall, you know, there's a lot here. There's a lot you can do. You can put the lightning effect, which is a little bit big for this staff. They probably shouldn't have made this so flimsy, this lightning piece. Man, I can't even get it in there. It's so flimsy. There we go. Yeah, it just falls right off. They should have made this a harder plastic, especially for the Blue Ranger, because his weapon is so thin. So that's another little nitpick. But again, you know, he comes with it. You can use this for other stuff, or you can, you know, put it around him or whatever you want to do. You know, you can make him the Flash. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. This is really flimsy, though. But I'll give accessories a pass, I guess. You know, it'll get a point. I'm not going to knock a point for that. Okay, now let's talk about price. As usual, per usual with these Lightning Collection figures, you know, and these are a lot older figures than, for instance, the remastered ones, but price doesn't get any points because, or what did I do last time? I think I gave it half a point just because you might be able to luck out like I lucked out. And with all of these figures, you know, red, white, black, blue, I got all of these figures on eBay and basically paid $30 or $35 for each of them, which is just a little bit over retail price. Now that is insane. I don't think you'd be able to do that, especially with this guy. He goes for a lot. So I'm going to knock it half a point in terms of pricing for this figure. You know, it's neither yay or nay. It's in the middle. Because, yeah, you may get lucky. You may find him for a decent price, but it's probably going to be a rare instance. All right, so let's move on to size comparisons. And by the way, I just wanted to mention, too, getting these little daggers in his hand was a little bit tricky. Just be careful. I don't know. My figure, at least, his hand was really tight, and these are kind of a softer plastic, so just be careful. But let's compare this Lightning Collection crossover figure. It's Ninja Turtles. And look, the blades, which are super rad, they have those gold accents that I'm talking about, like with the Legacy on the power coins. So that's pretty cool. I really like this figure. And in fact, I got this figure loose. I need to do a showcase of all of these guys. I got all of them, including the Shredder. But anyway, and then here's that Legacy figure. There's all of them. compared, but let's look at some others. All right, and here is a DC Direct Blue Beetle and a DC UC, DC Universe Classics Blue Beetle. His leg is really bent. I need to fix that with a heat gun. But yeah, they look really cool. Now let's bring out a regular size DC UC figure. So here's Superman. This is like their standard buck for the DC UC. So you can see he's a little bit taller. And then here is a McFarlane DC Multiverse Superman figure. So this is a 7-inch figure. So that's what those look like. And real quick, we'll leave this here. And we'll bring out a Marvel Legends, which is made by Hasbro. So it's going to be about the same size. He's like a hair taller than this Power Ranger figure, but I think that's fine. You know, this could just be an adult Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider-Man. And, you know, this guy's still a teenager with attitude. And here's another Marvel Legends, Dormammu, Book of Vishanti Dormammu figure. So that's usually like a Build-A-Figure. That's my tallest Marvel Legends figure. And here is the King Daddy himself, Zed. So this is a Super 7 figure. I think he's 7 inches. Let me see, because this Superman, I know, is 7. Yeah, Zed is he's about 7. So there you go. You got a Super 7 size comparison with this Lightning Collection. I love this combo, you know, the Lightning Collection and the Super 7 figure, Zed, because in my child brain, you know, the bad guy is always supposed to be really intimidating and bigger than the good guys. So that's just me, but let me know what you guys think. I still haven't fixed his tube, his little tubular tube thing. From when I reviewed him, I accidentally broke that off. But, you know, a little bit of super glue, it'll be fixed right up. And last but not least, we have a Darkseid Mezco figure. So y'all can see how that stacks up. And we have a DC Essentials Dr. Manhattan figure, but all of the DC Essentials figures, much like the DC Universe Classics figure, they're pretty much all the same buck. So this will give you a real good idea. This is another 7-inch, and then I'm assuming this Darkseid is maybe 7.5 or 8, pushing 8 inches. So there you go for size comparisons. Hopefully that'll give you a pretty good idea of how this guy stacks up against a lot of different figure lines. A lot of different figure lines in case, you know, you want to shake things up with your collection and your shelf. All right, everybody, that'll do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of this Lightning Collection figure and all of the Lightning Collection figures. You know, for me, he got a point for details and paint apps, articulation, accessories, price. He got half a point. So he got half a point for price. And then size comparisons, we don't, you know, I don't give any points out. But yeah, overall, I really like this figure. I think he's worth it. Hopefully you can guys find him out in the wild on eBay for a really decent price. Hopefully you get lucky. And look, if you put Zed right here, you give him a nice good lightning kick to the nads. So that's pretty cool right there. So yeah, he's balancing. There's no stand. There you go. No stand. That's really sweet. So yeah, pick him up if you can. Like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys on the next one.